Tengu, Japan. Tengu are mountain spirits that resemble something almost human, but not quite. Their faces are sharp and stretched, with long red noses or beak-like shapes, eyes that look angry even when still, and wings folded behind their back. Their body are lean and strong. Tengu are said to control wind, misdirection, and thoughts. They can lead travelers off a clear path or twist sound so it seems to come from the wrong direction. A person can walk the same trail their whole life and still get lost if a Tengu decides to interfere. Warriors once feared that Tengu could enter the mind, filling it with pride, rage, or confusion. Villagers and monks would not speak loudly in the mountains. Hunters would not brag about skill. Even today, hikers in Japan lower their voices in old forests without thinking about why. A quiet understanding that the mountain is older than you and something there may be watching. Huli Jing, China. Huli Jing is a fox spirit that can take the form of a woman. Her appearance is always too perfect. Her skin is smooth, her movements are too elegant, and her eyes seem to watch people without blinking, as if studying what they want. Some stories say that if you look closely at her reflection or shadow, you may see fox ears or a tail appear for just a moment. As a fox spirit grows older, it gains more tails, each one a sign of intelligence and power. A nine-tailed Huli Jing is ancient, a being that has watched families, clans, and kingdoms rise and fall. Her power is influence. She does not force or strike. She shapes. Desires sharpen. Loyalty bends. Someone touched by her presence may abandon family, fortune, or reason without ever knowing who guided the choice. Silent power behind officials, nobles, and even emperors. When leaders suddenly change judgment, drain treasuries, or turn against their own people, whispers spread. A fox spirit is advising the throne. Adze, Ghana. The Adze is a spirit from the Awe people of Ghana and Togo. In its natural form, it appears as a firefly. Because of this, it can enter homes easily, through open windows, roof gaps, or small cracks without being noticed. It searches for someone to inhabit. When the Adze finds a person, it possesses them. The person's body does not change. There is no new shape or transformation. The change is internal. Over time, the possessed person becomes weak, withdrawn, or emotionally unstable. They may lose interest in daily life, avoid others, or behave in ways that feel unfamiliar. The Adze feeds on the person's life energy, slowly draining it. Stopping the Adze is a community action. The people must identify who is being possessed. Once the host is publicly named, the Adze's influence breaks and it is forced to leave. Thunderbird, United States. The Thunderbird is described as a giant bird with a wingspan said to range from 15 to 30 feet, 4.5 to 9 meters, large enough to darken the sky when it flies. Its body is heavy and muscular, with feathers the color of storm clouds. When it strikes its wings downward, the sound is said to create thunder. Lightning is associated with its arrival, either in the sky around it or in the storms that follow it. Its primary opponent in many Native American traditions is the great water serpent, a creature that lives in deep lakes or rivers. When the serpent rises and causes floods, the Thunderbird is said to descend, forcing it back below the water. Tribes across the plains and Pacific Northwest carved Thunderbirds into totem poles and clothing. It represents strength that does not answer to mankind. Naga, Thailand. In Thailand, Naga refers to large serpent beings associated with rivers, especially the Mekong. Massive snakes with scaled bodies, sometimes with a crested head or multi-headed form, Naga are considered guardians of pathways, specifically waterways, temples, and borders. In Buddhist influence, Naga became connected to awakening and protection. The most iconic example is Mukalinda, the Naga king who shielded the Buddha from storm and flood during meditation. Because of this, the Naga is seen as a being capable of reverence, loyalty, and immense spiritual power. In Thai culture today, Naga imagery marks holy architecture. Ceremonies near rivers include offerings to the Naga. Festivals in Isan and Laos celebrate Naga fireballs rising from the Mekong. Mapinguari, Brazil. The Mapinguari is described as a massive Amazon forest-dwelling creature with thick, dark skin like crocodile hide. It stands upright, towering over a human, with long arms and a single eye or a wide, lidless mouth in the center of its face. Some versions say it has claws like machetes. Its presence is always known by smell before sight, a heavy, rotting odor that makes the air feel thick. The Mapinguari appears when the forest is being destroyed. If someone keeps cutting trees, burning land, or hunting in forbidden ground, the Mapinguari steps into the clearing and blocks the path. Weapons do nothing. Hitting its hide feels like striking living wood. The rule shared among Amazon hunters is simple. If the forest starts to smell wrong, you leave. Rakshasa, India. Rakshasa are men-eaters that live in forests and remote plains. A Rakshasa can copy a person's face, voice, and posture perfectly, but something is always slightly wrong. The eyes do not blink at the right time. The smile lasts a moment too long. The body stands too still, as if remembering how humans should move. Their true form is unmistakable. The face of a tiger or another vicious beast stretched over powerful muscle. Eyes glowing yellow or red, watching without emotion. Their mouth is wide, filled with long, sharp teeth made for tearing. Their fingers are elongated with curved claws, and in many stories, their hands or feet face backwards, leaving footprints that point in the wrong direction. They are not feared because they are beasts. They are feared because they can wear the face of someone you know. Strigoi, Romania. Strigoi are described as the restless dead, people who rise from their graves with their bodies intact. Their skin is pale and tight, their nails grow long, and their eyes stay open even when they appear motionless. They look like the person they once were, but emptied. A Strigoi always returns to its family first. It sits silently in the home, watching the living sleep, or tries to eat food, remembering hunger but never able to satisfy it. In many accounts, the Strigoi drains strength, not blood, leaving the living exhausted, weak, or unable to wake properly. There are physical signs. Animals refuse to enter the room, milk spoils, bread molds in a single night. To stop a Strigoi, the community acts. The grave is opened, the body is inspected, and if the signs match the old rules, fresh nails, blood at the mouth, unrotted skin, the body is burned and the ashes buried again. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Before you go, tell me where you're from and what stories you want to see next.